Welcome, everybody. Welcome. What's up? Thank you for joining us on Crypto Crush. What's happening? We got the man out of Tel Aviv, Israel, Amir Isaacs. What's up, brother?
Hey, good evening, everyone. What's up? What's
He,
up, brother?
he's he is going to be talking about his favorite subject, which is gold. We're going to talk about gold today. And then, of course, we got the 17-year-old prodigy, the guy we call the technician, Judah. What's up, Judah?
Hi, hi
Judah
everyone.
Judah is going to cover. He's going to cover Bitcoin, and then last and certainly the most beautiful is the crypto mom. We call her the Christian crypto babe. She's got a bunch of crypto Christian moms following her, trading involved in crypto. What's up, Liana?
I'm good. I'm just between cooking and kids bring to ballet. So it's crazy
Ballet,
out here. But I'm here
ballet.
for a short while.
Amir, did your parents make you take ballet lessons? Tell me, did they make you do that?
Ballet, no. Other lessons, yeah, but
Yeah.
ballet, no.
So I'm grateful to God that I didn't take ballet lessons. Not that I wouldn't be a great ballet dancer. I think I
Hey,
got the body for it,
one of
but
the some of the greatest boxers were also ballet dancers, right? We got Lomachenko. He was a
oh
ballet dancer, right?
yeah. Also Ukrainian though, so Ukrainian boxing kind of go hand in hand. It's like they have a tolerance for alcohol and they know how to fight. That's what comes with Ukrainian heritage. I can say that because I'm 100% Ukrainian. What's up? All right, y'all. We're gonna cover gold. We're gonna cover silver today. We're gonna take a look at the Bitcoin markets, Ethereum markets. Someone said, I don't want to learn how to trade in the Beltrixa global community. Friends, you need to know what's happening in the world. You need to know. You need to know what's happening. You need to know why Beltrixa is acting the way it is. You need to know what's happening in Bitcoin and gold and silver. Very, very important. Drew's going to start off with Bitcoin, and then we're going to go into gold. And part of what about metals, we want to talk about this deal that Trump just made with India. That's a big one. 1 million barrels a day. India's going to buy from America instead of Russia. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I have my doubts. I just don't see Russia saying, "Yeah, no problem." you know,
Me
I,
neither. I don't see that happening. Also, and I think
I,
that India is playing a bit of a double side here.
yeah, I think it's a fugazi.
I think that Saudi and India are playing a very dangerous game nowadays.
Right, and this, friends, is affecting the gold price. It's affecting the silver price, and then, of
But
course,
it's not about politics, but the way
it is.
every time I see Mr. White, little Indian guy coming off of his airplane, hugging, not handshaking, but hugging Bibi, Mr. Benjamin, hugging him, and he's hugging him back. So their relationship is kind of. So I'm like, how are you playing this double game with Saudi right now and Russia? Because you love Bibi. Come on, bro, you love Benjamin. I don't like. It's not about
So,
politics, but they actually love each other. So
well,
I'm
we got to talk about
trying to speak. How is this going to play out with India and Saudi Arabia as well?
we've got to talk about geopolitics because that affects the markets probably more than anything outside of BlackRock, right? So after Larry Fink, geopolitics, I think this is just a lot of posturing from India. Given whatever you think about Trump, this guy, he is doing his best to bring up that U.S. dollar, man. He is bringing it back. They're forcing him to pay USD in oil. The Genius Act is USD in stable coins. It's no joke. So we're going to cover that as well. Then finally, we're going to go into Veltrixa because if you don't want to learn trading and scalping and swing trading, then one of the greatest things is Veltrixa automated trading, right, Liana? Stress free.
Yeah,
So
it's very good
yeah, because
and
instead
very
of
stress-free.
yeah, but normally if you were in a trade, you'd be looking at the charts right now. But because you're in Viltrixa, you are allowed to make dinner for your kids,
Yeah.
right? You can do other things.
Yeah.
All right. So Judah, bring us to the charts. Let's
Yes,
see what's happening in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a real macrocosm for what's happening in all the crypto markets. Here we go.
yes.
By the way, before you start, he's using a platform called Trading View. Trading View. is a free platform where you can draw and do graphs. So this
I
thing
think it's the best platform out there to see
by far.
by far.
All right. So what do you? This looks like a murder. What happened here?
Yeah, this is the Bitcoin. Yeah, I would say short term. This is the daily time frame. So every candle you see is 1 day, and you
Amir,
see,
this is roadkill, man. What happened? Look at this.
yeah, it's dumping very bad right now. But I don't think we're. I think we can actually expect a bounce on short term, and I will explain why. I will go to the weekly time frame for that. We are actually coming at like the one of the most important and strongest support levels there is out there for Bitcoin. I'm gonna cover this range. This range is like 3 months long. So every time Bitcoin came to this level, it got rejected. It got rejected. It got rejected. It got rejected. Then finally it got rejected here again. And then we broke out. Then we got a retest to this level or close to a retest, and then we got another push up. So now we're coming. There was months of resistance, but the resistance turned into support. So we're coming actually to a great support level. So on the short term, I think we can expect a little bounce, and I will draw it out. So I think we come here, we maybe go a little sideways and then not that high, but we probably will see like a certain bounce. I think maybe to 84K, 86K.
Can I stop you there because that's interesting because you see 84K, he's saying that because there's resistance there. But here's what else that we know. We have a CME gap at 84,500. And what we know about CME gaps is they close 99% of the time and usually within the week. So that 84 and a half is a technical analysis, but also we know the CME gap is there. So it's a very good confidence.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence at 84,000, but also it says it's resistance too. Because this was
Sorry, Steve, for the newbies, can you explain what CME means?
All right. So CME
No.
is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So markets open on a certain day, Sunday evening, and they close Friday evening, right? Why? Because Shabbat, right, Amir? Shabbat happens.
Yeah.
So the
You
markets
can't trade on
follow.
Shabbat.
Yeah, the markets follow Shabbat. That's how it works. Friday night, it's
Hey,
closed.
come on, we control the world. You don't see social media?
I want you to know a Jew is saying that, not me, but we follow Shabbat. So the Chicago Mercantile and Exchange shuts down at a certain time, right? At 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern, usually 6 p.m. Eastern. It shuts down and it's closed until Sunday evening. And they open up again, right? Why? Because Sunday's not Shabbat. Saturday is. Is that correct, Amir? Sunday, everyone's
Yeah.
working at your place, right?
Yeah, but it opens up at Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
So CME gap is the market
Well,
closes.
Sunday my night.
The market closes on a Friday evening at a certain price, and then Monday morning it opens up at a different price. The difference between the price it closed and what it opens is called the gap, CME gap. So when the market opens again, there's this gap. In this case, it went lower. So it closed at 84 and a half. And on Sunday, it was at 71,000. So we've got this, it's got to fill that range. And usually it fills up 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So that's a very,
sometimes it does take longer to fill, but usually it tends to fill. So
yeah, it's not 100%, but it's pretty close to 100%.
yeah.
But more than that, like Judah just pointed out on the weekly, we have enormous support between 84 and 85,000. Enormous support. But go ahead, Judah.
Yeah. But every time when Bitcoin dumps, people start freaking out. So in this case, people actually are super scared. They're selling all of their Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to zero. Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin that, Bitcoin is that. And yeah, Bitcoin is dumping bad right now. I agree. And I think eventually on the long term, we're going a little bit lower. I think like to around 60K, maybe 50K, or even the high 40s. But on the short term, I think this is not a place to be afraid of buying because of this level, What did I just do? This level here is so important. It has it has been resistance for almost a year. So we're coming now to, and then it flipped into support. So a resistance that has been there for over almost a year flipped into support. And we're coming to the level as we speak right now. And people, if Bitcoin dumps, people always start freaking out. They want to sell all of their Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to zero. But I think we can expect a little bounce right now. And I think it's gonna be between 73,000 to 86,000 dollars. And I think we can expect a little bounce here. And I think we can expect that bounce. Let's draw this out. Like maybe we consolidate a little bit, then we get a little bounce. People start to get bullish again. Hey, maybe this was the bottom. And I think then we can go further down till eventually.
I agree. I think you could put like if you're trading this, there's a couple ways to trade this. One, you could trade that analysis and say I'm going to buy some Bitcoin leverage right now and go up to 84,000, take my profits, and then if it hits 85,000, put a short order in all the way to 70,000.
Yeah.
Or you can wait for it to rebound back to 84 and a half, 85, 86,000 and put a short back into 70 because the trend is
Yeah.
there. It's down.
And that's what I wanted to say. Like it's way easier to trade with the trend than against the trend. I
Yeah.
try to trade against the trend a lot of times, and it's way harder. The trend is your friend. So that's why I think if you want to get into a short position, because I believe we're in a bear market actually. So I'm looking for shorts. I think if you want to get into a nice short position, I wouldn't short right now because there's a very high possibility you're shorting the bottom right now. So if you still want to get into a short trade, I think you have to be a little bit patient. So let's say the price goes up here, we come against resistance. This is a great entry right here.
Yeah. So like we said,
Great
84 and a
entry.
half, 85, all the way up
Oh,
to 86.
oh, yeah.
So
It'll be
that's the entry that we're looking for.
yeah.
And this is what you're going to expect. When we spoke about this yesterday, we're going to have like a VIP channel where we're going to do setups. So if we had the VIP channel live, one setup would be to take a long position here up to 84 and a half. The second position that we would have you probably put in as a limit order is 84 and a half to
I think what
85,000.
I'll do is I'll share when I'll show my gold stuff, I'll share a little bit of how we write the setups in the channel, how we're expecting. Again, this is just like we're just here together and we're building things up and we want to give the best technology. This type of setups we are also developing and thinking how to deliver it in the most simple, best, efficient way so that everyone who joins this community and everyone who's just part of this big family that loves to grow financially, right, will have those products delivered to them very easily, very friendly user, and very practical, so that a person can, practically use them. If it's a project or if it's a setup for a trade, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking for the mechanism to deliver that. Is it on Telegram? Is it on WhatsApp? Is it through YouTube chat? We're still looking.
Is it both or all three?
Is it both? We're looking through it, but these are setups we're talking about. So Judah, show us the Fibonacci retracement and tell them what this is and what you're doing.
What I do want to say is that this candle right here looks pretty bearish. This previous monthly candle. So there's also a lot of sell pressure coming into, at least at this time, there was a lot of sell pressure into the market. So I will now go to the Fibonacci. And like the Fibonacci is like a very famous retracement, and it often can be used as a very strong support level and also a very strong resistance level. In this case, I want to talk about the Fibonacci as a support level for Bitcoin. But first, I want to take you guys back to the last bull run. So this is the bottom of the last bull run. Right here. this
20,
week.
is that 2019, 2020,
This is like 2020.
September 2020?
Yeah, it was like or yeah, January, September, March. So this was like the low of the bull run, of the bear market, I mean. So then to use a Fibonacci, you uh, click on the low and then drag the Fibonacci to the high. You can do this on any time frame, but it works the strongest and the best on higher time frames. And then you just click again, and now you have a Fibonacci retracement. This is a very good technical analysis tool. Everybody can use this for free on TradingView. But what's interesting is that we had a bull run, then we came into a bear market again. And in between the Fibonacci, we found support, and that turned out to be the Bitcoin bottom. This turned out to be in this area, turned out to be the Bitcoin bottom. And yesterday I was talking about that I believe in between this box could be a nice bottom zone. And I found out today that there's even more confluence to it. So this is again, this is our bull run right now. I'm going from the low, 15,000, and I drag it up to 126,000. So that's or 125, 126. And then you see the box that I showed you guys yesterday is again perfect in that zone between the Fibonacci. And that's where the last Bitcoin bottom was. So in my opinion, this is even more confluence right now. Everything, in my opinion, is showing me the Bitcoin bottom is going to be somewhere in this green box right here. Everything is showing me that.
I want to warn people that this is offending so many people in the community who said, no, this cycle's different. This time it's different, right?
Yeah, you know, everyone has their opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
the charts don't lie. Charts don't lie, right? They don't lie.
Yeah, some people believe in a super cycle, but you gotta like understand every bull market, end of a bull market especially, people say this time is different. And every time we still go down. So I don't want to.
Last time when FTX and all these companies crashed like 4 years ago.
Well, you know what? You have.
It was horrible last time. It was said, and it's never going to stop. That's in crypto to 500. Then all of a sudden, like it didn't even take it a month. I think it was shorter. The last bear market was aggressive.
Part of the problem is you have old school finance. You know, the banking models coming in, not understanding crypto markets at all. Right. So like Weiss Ratings, which is a very good institution, and it discusses equities and commodities, but they were on that super cycle run. When it hit 80,000 or when it came off at 100,000, they said, buy the dip. It's going back up. All-time highs. Went down 90.
That's why you can't blame companies like Celsius and stuff like that crashed last time.
Yeah, the traditional guys look at this very differently. Unfortunately, the chart doesn't lie, and I agree with you that when we see that box, there's a thing called dollar cost averaging. We call it DCA. Mm-hmm. Once that Bitcoin enters the $50,000 mark, we say, okay, we have a certain amount of money, and this is not financial advice. This is just the way we're trading it. When it hits that green box, we're going to say, okay, we have X amount of dollars that we want to invest and buy Bitcoin on sale. Because we know it's going to hit that bottom and it's going to go make a new all-time high up to around 200,000. So when it hits 50,000, we start buying slowly. And if it goes lower, we buy some more. And if it goes lower, we buy some more. And maybe every 1,000 points it goes lower, we buy some more. And then it's going to chop sideways and it goes back to the all-time high. And that's how we're positioning ourselves for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where you buy in the box because you're gonna get a good deal anyways. You're buying Bitcoin very cheap. It's gonna go up in the next bull cycle. This is a long-term play, by the way. If you want to go like in a trade right now, like you could, what I said earlier, I would wait till we get like a bounce and then maybe short. Then
agreed. The safer play.
But this is a long-term play.
Yeah.
And I also have something, or do you want to talk about something else?
Look, what else you got?
Oh, I got like this interesting trend line right here, and this seems to mark like every Bitcoin top. Like it started already in 2018 when we came to this level and got rejected, and then the trend continues
All
in
right. So where are we going to
2021.
be at the next bull run?
Yeah,
The
that's
next top.
where my point was going. So every time we go in this trend line, we reject from it, and it seems to be like a major top. Here, this was just a few months ago, major top. So when I calculated, the next bull market top should be like the prime should be in like September 2029. And if you just continue this trend line, then you come to this area right here. So that will be like between like 160 to 190. Maybe we even shoot up to 200K. And that's a good, and then let's say this is the bottom, that's a good 4x. You can buy it on spot.
Exactly.
Even can maybe use a little bit of leverage, but I will be careful with that. But yeah, do what you want with this information.
I agree.
This is my point of view.
Yeah, but that's our plan. Our
Yeah.
plan. My son and myself. We're waiting until it hits 50. We're using AI to trade for us in the bear markets. We're getting into some tokens. We're going to talk about that. We're in metals, and we are waiting for this bottom to come. And when it does, we are shifting as much capital as we can to buy Bitcoin on sale at 50K or lower, knowing that the top of the next bull run is 200K where we unload. And that's a 4x without leverage.
Yeah.
On that note, let's pass it off to Amir. Amir, you want to show us what's going on with gold? Share your screen.
Yeah. And having like with the gold, with the crypto, what we try to do here is we try to grow our capital for the time when Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to drop by leveraging other projects, such as what Stephen will discuss later on this call. Again, the WeFi and the Veltrixa coin and any other project that is out there, and we believe it, and we see that the utility is there, and the licensing is there, and the vision is there, and the smart minds are behind it, backing it up, and everything is there. So we would love to get into those as well, because then when the time comes for us to shift the money to Bitcoin, once it's low, we can dollar cost that every week. And that's basically what me and my community did last crypto cycle, since like when it was like 19,000 or something like that. Every Friday, I just told my people, just like, Friday comes before Shabbat, you have extra cash from the week, throw it on crypto. Every Friday, that's what they did, like every single Friday. And eventually it really paid off, because we went all the way up to 126. Some of them sold on time, some of them didn't. But hey, I can't control what they do. Everyone does what they know. Everyone is a big boy, we say here.
Agreed, but that's the same plan we've got here. Let's use Veltrixa. We're rolling over, reinvesting, and
letting
then
Bitcoin drop in the meanwhile.
Yeah, right. Bitcoin drops. You hit the 50 mark. Then every week you're putting it into Bitcoin. Put it into Bitcoin.
It's already in the exchange, so it's easy to do that. It's all spot. You just move it from one pocket to the other.
Yo, that's our plan. That's our plan. Now, we're not telling you to do this plan, right? Because everyone's financial situation is unique. But for us, this is our plan. And what
this is high risk, high reward markets. When I touch high risk, high reward, I always use money that I don't need, right? Because then my wife stresses me out, and then or everyone stresses me out, and I get stressed out for myself, and it's money that I need. So whenever I enter high risk, high reward markets, that's why DCA strategies and stuff like that are so beautiful in these markets, because you can take money that you don't need. Let's say if you have an extra, and it doesn't matter what your financial situation is, if you have an extra 2,000 this week or an extra 100 this week, it doesn't matter. You can put it into your crypto portfolio, buy it in a low, or get into a good project, let it grow there, then let Bitcoin, and don't be the one of those, just like Judah said, the trend is your friend, don't chase the market. So if right now we know that crypto is high risk, high reward, it's going to drop, we know that. We don't know if it will happen today, tomorrow, but we know that most likely this crypto cycle is over. Now it's bearish time. We see other stuff getting the liquidity to that location. And it's funny because in the beginning of the year, one of my good friends that is in the banking systems, Ali from Dubai, we were chilling in Dubai, and he was like, and I love gold, but he was like, Habibi, silver. I was like, silver? Why silver, bro? Habibi, listen to me, this here silver. I was like, okay, I'm on gold, bro, but I'll put some money on silver too. Let's do that. And he was right. I don't know where he got his information from. I don't know how he did it, but silver did something like no one would expect silver to do what it did. Gold, yes. Silver up a little bit, yes. Because again, geopolitical stuffs are happening around the world. In my opinion, gold, I'm going to share my screen. In my opinion, gold is going to remain, it's going to have this support where we are right now, but eventually I think that we're going to remain above. And again, this is not a financial advice or anything like that. This is just like what we love to do each and every single day. This is the setup that we gave today on our channel, and this is what we want to deliver to you.
Can you make that larger?
Better,
can you make that larger?
in a better way.
Can you make that larger? So this is what we're testing. Can you show them the signal that you had?
1 second.
And we're looking at what's the right platform to give you this type of signal.
You have
The
to
other
make
thing
sure
is
you have the right platform on that.
well, the other thing is before you start showing the signals and that, someone asked me today, are you timing the market? And the answer is no. It's kind of like we know winter is here. How do we know? Well, the temperatures are colder and I have snow on the ground, right? So it's not summer. Now, do I know the exact day winter came? No, but I know that over a few weeks, it got really cold really fast. Then next thing you know, there's ice on the ground. The same thing when we're looking at these cycles. We don't know the exact dates, although Judah will argue that he does, but he's the prodigy, not me.
That's why you have to use the risk management.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're leveraging and you're going into that leverage, you must use stop losses. If you're going into spot trading, you never use money that you need tomorrow because you might get stressed and that won't be the right time to exit or enter on time.
All right. So this is like a call. This is a call signal or copy trade.
This is so basically this is just a setup. This is what we discussed. This is what we would love to give you. And again, we're thinking how to deliver it in the proper way. Endotech has also new event radar features that are similar to this, and we're thinking which is the best way to deliver it. But this is simply a setup. So if, in my opinion, we're going to remain above the 5,000, we might test it again to lower points a little bit again over here. But if we're looking at the news and what you said about India and Russia, then we have also India controlling the sea. So I like to look at maps all the time. When I look at geopolitical stuff, I like to really look at maps and see how things are planning. I have this vision where eventually everything is going to go through the Middle East, right? Because it already happened in the past. There used to be many years ago a train that went from Sharjah through Saudi to Kuwait, Syria, and then all the way to the Mediterranean. And if that will happen again one day, that will be amazing in the macro vision of things, because then I don't need to do this whole Somalia pirates or whatever it's waiting for me here, or I don't need to do all this and pay the Russian taxes or whatever. I can just go directly from India to Spain, right? If I have a nice train that goes all the way from Sharjah to Ashkelon port here in Israel. So India took control of the ocean last war that they had with Pakistan because they saw that they have a major gap there. So that is under control of Grandpa over there. I love that guy. He's so funny. That guy is so cute on TV. But he's taking control of more and more territory. He comes off of his airplane with his nice Indian suit.
Bro, the president of India
nice
you're making him sound like a cuddly guy. He's far from that. But go ahead.
He looks like a cuddly guy, but he's far from
not,
that. Bro.
He's not that. He's a tough guy. He's a tough dude, man.
He's not. He's probably a brutal guy, bro. But he's smart, and he took control of the whole ocean area here, and I think that will help because we have this great relationship with India. But at the same time, as you said, they're now buying from they're buying from the States, which Russia will probably not like so much. But hey, he likes Trump, and maybe Trump will give him a cut, and that's how they close deal. Because hey, Habibi, we're friends, So maybe that will happen something with that.
But Trump said we're going to cut tariffs. So it was at 25%. It's going to go down to like 8% or something like that.
He's going to get more money out of that, so he can give him the cut.
So the tariffs are off. They're still buying oil, which they need, right? It was a good deal.
All the logistics is on the U.S. now. It's not on Russia. if I can get my money still and all my hard work goes to someone else, that's a nice deal. If you can promise that you pay on time. And that's where we know that, in my opinion, the relationship between those two Putin and Trump guys it's nice. Saudi Arabia is playing a multi-phase game here with Iran as well, because Iran attacked the carrier of the United States. We all read that, which is lighting things up again. We don't know how this war is going to end out with Iran, but I think that gold has a 5,000, like that's it. Like the world has a new gold, which is crazy because gold is acting like cryptocurrency in the last year. If we look back at weekly candles or even monthly candles, and we look long back, gold used to be on 2,000 for a very, very long time, like on this 1,000, 2,000 range. Look how long. This is about a few good years, since 2011 until 2021. That's about 10 years where gold was, up and down, but roughly on the same range. And then this is what happened all that the last year.
That's parabolic, bro. That looks like a crypto chart.
That doesn't look like safe havens anymore.
No, it looks like people are panicking. This looks like this is a panic chart, man.
It looks like a real panic. It started with the pandemic. It went to wars, and Russia wars, Israel war, Iran war, and there will continue being more and more wars and wars and wars. So in my opinion, gold is above 5,000. I think right now for day traders, this is a buy zone. We're doing the daily live trading sessions, which we want to bring forward to this platform as well, because people love doing that. And they love sometimes just hearing more information and then executing based on that information. And that's it. So yeah, that's regarding metals, gold. I don't know. Am I still sharing screen?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. Okay. I don't know how to. Okay, here it is. Beautiful. That red little zoom. So yes, this is about metals, and this is what we want to bring also to this community, as well as the crypto and Endotech with new features that will come out to this community as well. And basically, that's what we're here for, man.
If we're going to tease out what's coming, the whole goal of Crypto Crush is to provide this community with non-custodial AI agents. That's where we're going. Amir just told me I'm going to leak it. I know maybe I'm not supposed to, but he didn't say I can't. He said it's possible to work things out with Endotech to do this as well, meaning it's not a profit. Yeah. It's monthly. And that's a big deal to have a big technology behind us creating these non-custodial. Non-custodial means, like with Viltrixa, you're sending your money to a trading platform, and a trading platform is holding your money. Non-custodial is the money never leaves your exchange, which is by far the safest. And we're not saying Viltrixa isn't safe. We would tell you if we thought it wasn't. What we're saying is the ultimate level of safety is non-custodial, decentralized, and you run it yourself. That's the future for us, and we want to make it a low point of entry to people to use these AI agents that are available. Now, we covered gold and we covered Bitcoin. I'm going to share my screen. This is MEXC. Amir loves Binance. He's a big Binance fan. We're going to talk about Binance over the next couple of weeks. I love MEXC. MEXC is becoming amazing. You could trade two types of gold here, but you can leverage it 500x. 500x. You could trade
the exchanges. The more they are regulated, usually that's the less possibilities they have. Like if you look at the market cap of Kraken, I had some guy asking me why is MEXC market cap so much bigger than Kraken? And Kraken is the number 3 or 4 exchange. So I told him Kraken wanted to go into Europe. Well, you want to go to Europe, you're not going to have leverage 500.
No, and MEXC, they're my favorite by far. Bybit I started with Binance, went to Bybit.
Bybit also went into Europe. That's
Bybit got destroyed here in Europe. MEXC, here's what makes this possible. The Genius Act makes this possible. So when Trump said USD is gonna fund stablecoin, that means you could take USD and turn it into any stable coin as long as the provider's got a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's what allows MEXC now, because it used to be just crypto. Well, you could trade gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium,
You can also trade stocks on
yeah, you
exchanges
can.
now,
So
right?
oh yeah, you can trade stocks too. So let me go in here.
Can
Let me
you?
watch
You
this.
can't trade them on weekends though, right?
You can trade everything here all day
No,
long.
but you can't trade the stocks on crypto on weekend. That's what I wanted to check. I haven't looked into the whole stocks digitalized
Here's
aspects
Tesla.
yet.
Here's Tesla. I could trade this every single day.
What happens to the price of Tesla on Saturday?
It's the CME gap again, right? Because people are still trading.
That's what I'm saying.
hours.
So how can I execute a trade on the CME gap?
Right here. Well, this is a proxy of Tesla. By the way, just real quick on Tesla. When you're looking at Tesla, I love this stock. It's 50% off from its high. But let me tell you why I love it. It's not because the electric car, right? Right now, the big thing is you have to have data mines, data centers, and you need to have enormous amounts of electricity. So Microsoft just bought, or not just, but recently bought 2 Mile Island, and they're going to use nuclear power to power the energy from Microsoft and their AI. So Amazon also just bought a ton of power, the long contracts. Tesla, on the other hand, doesn't buy power. It makes it and sells it. So at the end of the day, Tesla, and this is the only publicly traded company by Elon Musk, but at the end of the day, the companies that making power is Tesla. And brother, they're going to make the most of it. There's no doubt. They are so far ahead of everybody. And so I think if I'm looking at Tesla, this is a 50% off thing. The point I was making though is that MEXC, you could trade NVIDIA in here. Let me go to NV. So there's stocks you could trade that are proxies, gold,
We
silver.
love NVIDIA.
And now the other thing is, watch this. So event futures here, if you want to just get started in figuring out crypto, you can make a decision. Is crypto good? Is Bitcoin going to go up the next hour, the next 10 minutes, 30 minutes on the right-hand side, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, hour, 1 day. So if you have $1,000 in here, you can put $1,000 in and say the next 10 minutes it's going to go up. And you could do that if you look at money flow charts, right? We haven't talked about money flow charts, but when you look at money flow charts on the 1 minute candle, you see exactly how much money is coming in a short or a long position, which means if you know that a lot of people are putting in longs in the next 2 minutes, you can say the next 10 minutes is going to go up, put $1,000 in, and they are paying out 85%. And that's a great way, in my opinion, to get started real slow and just getting the feel, because Bitcoin's a living animal, man. Getting the feel for how it's moving. And this is a really easy way to get started and just saying, I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down. And we could do that with money flow, capital flow analysis. We haven't talked about that. That's later on. That's going to be for the VIP crew talking about money coming in. But even on MEXC, if I go to the exchange here, if I go in here, I can go into AI analysis and I can see indicators. So here we have strong sell. You can take a look at trading activity. There's a lot of buys coming in, which means we could have a short squeeze. Capital flows coming in, so you see how much money is coming in. There's not much. We got a little bit less coming in. It's coming down, which means the price is probably going to pop up. So MEXC offers all this stuff that I used to have to get separate somewhere else. It's starting to offer you this. And for someone like my son who trades in commodities and equities, right, Judah, this is a great place to trade, correct?
It felt like a revolution, seeing the crypto market being combined with gold, silver. Like the crypto market used to be like a separate thing, like this own niche. But I'm starting to see the niches coming together in one place. And that's right now for Netherlands is MEXC a very good option. I don't know how it is in the USA.
It wasn't like that 7 years ago.
No, it
No,
was.
No,
It's getting better.
this is a revolution. It really is a revolution.
This
I
is why
see.
I personally also love the Coinbase stock. It went all the way back down to 180. I took it out at about 400. I think I'm gonna look into that one again. Again, it's the only regulated exchange out there.
I'm sorry,
It's
I
the
gotta
only
just
USA regulated exchange, open books.
yeah, but can I just honestly say I absolutely hate and despise Coinbase.
Yeah, I hate them
why
too. I hate them too. Don't get me
they
wrong.
act like
I don't have a
banks.
dime in Coinbase.
They act. I have people in Coinbase that are trying to move from one wall to another, and it takes 30 days to move
Yeah,
USDT.
it's a
They're
bank.
acting
That's
like a
it, bro.
bank.
It's Charles Schwab's.
Yeah, but that's what happens.
Coinbase is Charles Schwab's. That's it.
Not the stupid regulation. All right, sorry, the crypto babe is here. Crypto babe. We're gonna. Can you please tell us about Viltrixa? Because if you don't want to trade any of this crap, right? If you don't want to trade this stuff, if you don't want to do charts,
Yeah.
then we have a really simple, easy thing where you earn 10% per month on average. Correct? What's it called?
Yes. Beltrixa. Whoop
Yeah.
whoop.
And what is Viltrixa? How do you explain Viltrixa to your mom friends?
Ha! I explain it like a very good AI engine who trades for you. So no high and low emotions there. You just put in your money and 10% is coming from that every month.
Yeah, I
So
believe the word you used yesterday was boring. It is
yeah.
boring. And
If you compare it to the trading and all the like, oh my goodness, when do I put it in? When do I get it out? It's every time when you think you overcome a whole I don't know storm, there's another one coming in already. So with Viltrixa, compared to trading, Viltrixa is boring, but in such a good way. It's so when you see every Sunday you see the profit coming in, you're like, yes, I did nothing, and it just working. Hallelujah.
well, I got great news for you because this is for you, Diana. This morning, Amir and we were on a call with the Viltrixa folks. I didn't tell you this, Judah. Let me bring Judah on here. Judah's going to be upset with me. But staking is coming up very soon. Now, listen, y'all.
It is.
It's
Again, putting technology into practical usage with these trading stuff. Again, I said it yesterday. Developers always want to make it look better. They always think they can make it look better and make it do better and do better and do better. But we, the people, we want it already. So we got to push them and push them and push them in the right amount so that they give it to us on time. But we spoke with them this morning. Everything looks, they say that it's looking great. They haven't showed us yet the technical sides of it. We're looking forward to have it delivered in the next couple or the next 3 or next 4 days maximum by next week, and we can start taking advantage and leveraging that for us as well.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let's tell them what we know about this. What we know is it's 20 to 30% per year. We know that minimum is $100 in VELT, and you could stake for 6 months, 1 year, 18 months.
Again, I don't want to say the details because I'm not the guy who's. But yes, that's the idea.
This is what we were told this morning. This is what we were told this morning. That's
what we were told. All right, that's what we were told this morning.
Go ahead.
Wallahi.
I have one important question. Is it going to be directly in Viltrixa, or do we have to go somewhere else again?
It's going to be a separate website. It's a separate thing. Just like the gaming is going to be a separate thing. The staking program with Viltrixa, which is coming in a few days. And it's important you know that because you have to decide what do you want to do with the earnings you get Sunday, right? If you want to go into the staking, you may want to hold on to it right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying these are your options.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be 20 to 30%. And we know this. We know if we look historically on other tokens that did the normal staking, then they 10x the first quarter. Now, what's different about Viltrixa, and this is revolutionary, is that every time someone stakes, they burn a percentage of the tokens. There's no other staking program that when you stake USDT or stake a token, they burn a percentage of the tokens. And this ensures, in my opinion, and theirs, that the price is continuously going to go up in a steady way. Because when someone buys and stakes, they're holding the token, but it also burns tokens, which makes it more scarce. And that has a great formula, just historical. Jude and I looked at it a few times, but we're looking at 10x the first quarter. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but be prepared. It may be done this weekend, right? But we're not.
Yeah.
We're just going to just say next week. But I know that it's ready to go. It's kind of just
everyone is working hard. That's what I like seeing. All that. As long as I see people working hard and people in the craft, I'm relaxed and I'm happy to see that.
They've outdone themselves
this weekend, but let's say like next week.
And I'm hoping that when this does launch, I'm hoping we're going to get the founder Abhishek on a call. And by the way, we're doing a live event in Amsterdam in the spring, just so you know. It's going to be a massive event, and either in Amsterdam or Rotterdam. It's one of the two, but they're looking. We've requested that they bring a speaker named Crypto Rover, a Dutch famous crypto analyst. Judah knows, right? The best, probably the best in Holland. But Viltrixa staking is coming. Very interesting. If you haven't signed up with Viltrixa, the person that invited you to this meeting, just contact them or click the link below if this is your first time hearing about it. I was going to cover WeFi, but I think we should let it go. Decentralized banking. For now, gold, we're very high on gold, very high in silver. We think 5,000 is the new 2,000, right? So that's the line. Crypto, it's going to go down. We'll see a pop maybe to 84.5, 85, 86. But at the end of the day, it's coming down to the 50s. And when it does, our plan is to start taking profits from Viltrixa and buying Bitcoin on spot. That's the plan. So we've got a plan several years out. Rihanna, anything you want to say about people who are getting involved for the first time? Maybe other moms out there? Any advice?
Take it step by step, take it slow, and have fun, and don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone. That's the most important, is don't do it alone.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with you. Let me see. I want to bring something up here. So let me just share my screen real quick and we'll end on this.
And never trade with money you cannot afford to lose when it comes to cryptocurrency. Because we're in a bear cycle. So remember, if you need the money tomorrow, joining crypto right now, you have to be relaxed and in the right mindset, because we want to be ahead of time. We want to be ahead of the market. And as Steven said, move the returns that we generate on some projects to crypto in the right time and leave it there, and then buy more if it goes down, and buy more and continue doing that. The same strategy, and sticking to your strategy, because when you stick to your strategy, eventually with these markets, you end up very, very
agreed.
Very, very nice place.
The other thing is,
it's like last crypto cycle. I loved last crypto cycle.
Oh, but
we're waiting for 2028.
It's important that you have a plan. You want to figure out, why am I doing what I'm doing? Do I need cash flow? Is this long-term retirement? Is this something for my kids? Do I want it to pay off a bill? Whatever it is. Now, so that's very important. Get clear and get clear on what your goals are. When are you coming out? Like, if you think you're just going to put money into a certain place and leave it there for the next few years, and it's going to turn into this giant investment, those days are gone. To make money, you have to be moving money. You have to understand the cycles. And more importantly, get this book. This is Rihanna's book. #1 Amazon bestseller, Diary of a Christian Crypto Mom. Money is not the issue. She diaries her entire journey trading. I was there for a lot of these moments. I'm reading like, hey, I was there. I remember that. And it's awesome. It's awesome. What I want to say is, Rihanna, you're a normal person. You're married. You got kids. You have a lot going on, and still you find time to grow, to multiply your resources. This is a great resource. Click the link below. This is for the people watching the replay in the YouTube. But get this book. Yeah, it's an awesome, honest journey. All the fear, all the frustration. How do I talk to my spouse about what I'm doing, right? I want to invest in this. My spouse thinks I'm nuts. How's that conversation? Very, very important, because relationship's key, right? So tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central European time, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to cover more stuff in detail. We're going to do some charts. Oh, they're asking for the link in the chat already. All right, hold on. Everyone, let me send it in the chat here. Also, let me answer some questions. How do refunds work with Veltrixa? Your principal is in Veltrixa until the package runs out. Nick says he hasn't had any problems with Coinbase. God bless you, brother. I'm happy to hear that. I normally don't hear that. Dwight's saying MEXC.
Coinbase is okay. It's just a bank. It's just whatever you want to do. That's it. It's a bank. It's not crypto anymore. It's a bank.
Yeah, it's not. It's a bank.
That's it. It's a bank.
It's a bank. It's not crypto anymore. That's correct.
Whenever you want to do something, it takes long. It takes 72
forget
hours.
it, man.
You deposit, they hold your money.
No,
it's not
they're
your
the
money.
sales.
It's not your Bitcoin.
They're the sales prevention team, right? They're the sales prevention team. That's what they do. And their job is to make sure the money comes in and never leaves, like a typical bank. Dwight says he wants to have control over his money. That's why we are creating these non-custodial AI bots with Crypto Crush. That is really the end game for us. He says MEXC seems complicated. Every new technology seems.
I'll tell you what, MEXC, what I don't like about it, the only thing I don't like about them is they try to push you all these advertisings all the time. You get like pop-ups all the time. Like, what the
Yeah.
Is it trading or am I like on Instagram? What's going on here?
Yeah,
You really can get in trouble if you click on it. Oh my God.
Yeah. I have had plenty of people just sign up for things like, how did I get involved in this? Judah's laughing. That happened to you, right?
Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah.
They give you you start trading, all of a sudden you get a big banner in front, you get 5,000 USDT.
Yeah, but that happened. Rihanna called me and she's like, we're in a trade. I'm like, what?
The people who don't know what MEXC is, they'll be like, what is this scam? I'm getting like so many, what's this? Like,
that was so hilarious, that moment. Yeah.
All right, let me tease.
You gotta turn those notifications off.
Let me tease what we're going to show tomorrow, and that is WeFi. This is a real big, awesome, big decentralized project by the founder of Stablecoin. This is what it looks like on the inside. You can either buy the WeFi tokens, which are now $2.44, or you can mine them where you pick them up at 60 cents. So me, Rihanna, my son have picked them up mining 60 cents, and Amir has bought them on the exchange directly, and he's holding. 2 ways to do this. Love this project. I like buying them
directly on exchanges. I really love the fact that when a project has it listed, because then tomorrow, when Bitcoin reaches 50,000, like Judah says, and I want to convert it to Bitcoin, I just convert it to Bitcoin.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of the way he does it. So there's a short-term play like Amir's playing it, which is also what I'm going to do. Then there's a long-term play, which is the way me, Judah, and Rihanna started. But we're going to go over this in more detail tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, or 6 p.m. European Central. Get that book, Diary of a Christian Mom. It's going to blow your mind. And everybody have a great day. Blessings. See you guys.